My name is Olivera. I work as a product specialist and the pre-sales at Eccox company. I will talk to you about saving infrastructure costs and efficiency improvement. But before I want to show you a small video about interesting things in our IT day by day.
IT organizations tend to be so busy fixing infrastructure problems, they rarely have the opportunity to be proactive. Their main priority is keeping their systems up and running, and any change to a system could easily result in degradation or even failure. This conservative response to change often constricts business expansion and growth, making IT an obstacle. So wouldn't it be refreshing if IT could radically increase its efficiency without adding huge costs to the business? That's where Eccox can help. Over 35,000 users at well-respected companies around the world use Eccox to help achieve IT excellence. Eccox provides integrated software and services that cover the entire software application lifecycle. Here's how. First, Eccox provides you with an executive dashboard that monitors your company's key performance indicators through a graphical, user-friendly interface. With data from Eccox products and other IT tools you may already use, the executive dashboard allows you to quickly spot potential problems as well as track the progress of your IT team. Next, Eccox QC proactively detects errors in new and existing application code before it goes into production. With a simple traffic light indicator, Eccox QC analyzes the severity of newly discovered code issues so that your organization can make faster, better informed decisions regarding code release and integration. By catching software problems before they go into production, hundreds of precious hours are saved, and IT members gain confidence knowing that their applications will be available for mission-critical use. Eccox also helps with the frustrating task of testing, which few developers consider rewarding. With Eccox APT, developers can create an active repository to store tests for future use. This eliminates the need to recreate tests over and over again. Thus, developers spend less time creating and using tests and more time creating more exciting new code. But even with the best coding and testing, over time, production mainframe applications turn sluggish and require expensive hardware upgrades to maintain. Eccox Advisor for DB2 optimizes performance by dynamically editing and improving indexes in real time. Advisor has no need to recreate applications. In fact, its CPU overhead usage is less than 2%. This allows you to analyze the entire DB2 workload even during peak production periods. With Eccox, IT can better build, test, and tune their infrastructure so that everything and everyone can be more efficient. Managers can be strategic, systems get faster and remain available. With fewer IT obstacles, now the entire organization can focus on expanding its business. Call or email us to arrange a proof of concept at no cost and no risk to you. Since 1992, we've helped dozens of very successful companies achieve IT excellence. Let us do the same for yours.
Now we will see some panels, some screens about our services and softwares. We will start speaking about the Eccox. The Eccox is a global company, and with the headquarters in Brazil, and we have a partner here in the United States, is present here, with the Stefanini and the tech team. We have also an office in Bridgewater, here in the United States also. And Germany, we have an office also to attend the region. Our profile, the Eccox profile, is the following. Since 1992, Eccox has delivered the integrated software and services that automates and manages the process used for the creation and maintenance of IT environments, development to testing through the production, optimization, and reduce the IT risks. Our softwares are focused in applications in mainframes, in ZOS system. Is there some dinosaur that works with this system? Nobody? Nobody with it? Okay. We enable IT organizations to proactively support business objectives rather than only react to the system problems. Eccox clients can identify and build best IT practices as well as a strategic plan for the future using accurate data and intelligent tools. With this advantage, IT organizations can operate with measurable and visible excellence. Whether the IT organization is all internal, outsourced, or a combination, Eccox products quantitatively improve the management, quality assurance, productivity, and ultimately the return of IT investments. So, our mission, the mission of Eccox, achieve measurable and visible IT excellence. Systematically manage IT resources to optimize ROI, to reduce hardware, software upgrades, and maintenance costs, to increase software quality and performance, minimize system downtime and IT inefficiencies. Our panels are self-explanatory. I think that if you take some time to explain all the things, 20 minutes will be not enough to say all. Today we have challenges in IT management. We have, for instance, limited supply of mainframe programs. It's not about only programs. We have problems with DBAs and so on. The other challenge is diminished mainframe budgets, new development requests, two big issues for mainframe systems, system availability and system performance, because the costs of mainframe is not cheap. Do you know about, I think. So another issue is outsource the resources. Today, many companies use this type of applications, of resources. Quality assurance of code, reuse of code and tests, corporate governance, and process improvement. How can we help these people that use the systems? Strategically plan and proactively manage the IT resources, including the hardware, the software, and the people who support them, even they are outsourced, no matter. I think that all of you knows about this software development life cycle. Everybody knows that to start a new process, you need to have requirements in hand. Then the next phase is to prepare the architecture for the application. Then the design, the implementation, the testing, the deployment, and the support. Eccox has tools to assist, to help in all phases of this life cycle. So the first thing that I want to show is the executive dashboard. This is a panel there where you can find a lot of information about the health of your system. So inside this dashboard, we have information about compilations of programs, about the quality of the code implemented, the programs that are running in the mainframe. We can know about the programs that were promoted, were transferred for the production environment, because we can have good programs, bad programs with good performance or bad performance. So, also in this dashboard we can find the key performance indicators, the KPIs. So, what means these KPIs? When we are producing a software, when we are writing the programs, during the compilation phase, for instance, we can run a tool to check what happens with that program. We can define it, predefine rules. So, to check in the program. And after run this tool, we can see what violations exist in the programs, what rules were violated if you predefined them. You have information about vendors. When you have programs that come from factories, you can do a comparison between the quality of this code and a lot of other information. We know also that the rework is costly. This panel shows us something easy, the relative cost to correct a defect. If you can detect a defect in the start of the process, in the first phase, and the requirements, to correct, to fix this defect is not so expensive, it's cheap. But if we detect a problem when the program is installed in the production environment, is different. The cost is very, very, very high, and sometimes give us a lot of problems. This is to show the difference between where we can tweak, to correct, to fix a problem, and the relative costs. Now we will talk about the QC family. This is a set of tools that check in the source of programs during the compilation phase or during the implementation of these programs to production, to promote these programs to production. The QC identify issues prior to production rollout. This means that if I have a malfunction, if I have a defect, we can fix this before the program is promoted for production. This is the main focus of the QC. Finds and improves code while impact is minimal, of course. Helps enforce coding standards and track exceptions. It's easy to maintain a specific type of programs with rules, with standards to improve in production. Well, here we have a panel with a case study of QC in a federal bank in Latin America. So the gain was over 8% in usage. Was possible to identify opportunities to increase the availability of 4 key social applications. In 20 days, it was possible to analyze 340 mainframe programs. This process is automatically. And surprise, 50% of the programs had the DB2 SQL performance problem. Okay? The results are here. What was possible to reduce in 5 years. So another tool that we have to check the performance of programs running now in the workload, running not in the first phase in development, but now we have the advisor for DB2 to check the programs that are running under DB2, assessing databases, tables, and so on. What do the advisor? Maps the DB2 workload in all time if you want, included in peak times. The taxes is very, very low, minus about 2% of overall system resources. The advisor makes dynamic index recommendations. What do mean these index recommendations? That we can create virtually index for one or for n tables and test if the process, if the path that the program is using to assess data in tables, in databases, is correct or not. If we can change path to better performance, to reduce the CPU cost, to reduce the response time, to have save in MIPS, finally. And also, an important feature in the DB2 also is to predict future impacts from changes to hardware and software. What does it mean that? If we need to change something in the DB2, if we need to create an object, an index, or change columns of one index or something else, we can check before the implementation. This is a big problem for the DBAs. I don't know if there is some DBA here, but the DBAs knows that it is a problem to test a new index in the installation, because we need to have information about the production environment. But we cannot work over there, because you know that we can have problems when you are working in, it's prohibited, it's not permitted, it's not allowed to do this kind of tests. But we can do with advisor without any impact. So, just to show you what we can do with the advisor, you can see in this panel that to analyze a process under the DB2, running under the DB2, the DBA need to check all this information: catalog information, volumes of table, indexes, columns, cardinality, and a lot of information to take a decision to implement or not a new index to improve performance just for one statement in the program. We know that if you have a program, you can have many statements running: selects, inserts, updates, deletes, and so on. But just for one statement, the DBA will take this time to take a decision. And the guy is not sure if the decision to implement this new object will be better only for this statement. And what happens with another statements that assess the same object, the same table. The things can be changed when we create a new index. Sometimes pets to assess the tables, when we change, it's possible that they change also. Is for better or for worse? We don't know. But with advisor, we can be sure when we implement one index, when we create a new object, we can be sure that we know the results. And in this moment, when we are using the advisor, we can have 85% of the reduction time to analyze. This is possible because advisor has all the information about about the programs that are running, the process that are running under the B2. When we get information from the SMF files, this is the reason because the advisor does not cause overload for the mainframe. We just start and stop records for log, start and stop traces in the DB2. The advisor is not a tool to monitoring environment. It's different of the monitors. With this information, all this information captured from the SMF files are stored in tables of advisor. Then using this information, we can analyze a process, a program, in a short time. So you can produce more savings because we can do more analysis to give this performance. Here we have a case study about advisor. Financial services company. The Eccox advisor for DB2 is focused on all DB2 applications being used for vehicle quotation transactions. It revealed that the two programs were the primary user of CPU capacity, and there was a table mismatch. Via a sample SQL correction, a fix of SQL correction, the customer improved the response time, increased the number of daily transactions between 18 and 25%. So you can see here the ROI and the savings for 3 years. Okay, save and make more money. Here we have 3 cases of advisor. A telecom customer reported a 55% of reduction in CPU response time after implementing the advisor, the changes advised by the advisor. The response time was reduced in 55%. An insurance provider was able to process 18% more transactions. And the global financial enterprise reports 10% MIPS reduction to run the same program with the advisor. The advisor reduces required upgrades, keep the system more available, makes system perform better. It allows the organization to keep you working optimally. This is the main focus of advisor. We have a lot of things to talk about advisor as a kind of control that you can have about all your environment with in the B2 assess environment. So this is we can talk some time, but unfortunately it's impossible. Okay? So Eccox helps you ensure better quality, high performance, high availability, cost control, proactive management. You reduce the risks. in your IT environment. The hardware, the software, and the people who support it, even they are outsourced. Okay? Here, or the main customers of the financial market that we have tools installed. You can see here the size of these installations. The HSBC in Latin America has about 18,000 MIPS. Bradesco Bank in Brazil, 210,000 MIPS. Itaú Unibanco is a big bank in Brazil with 235,000 MIPS, and another one. That's our main customers. Okay, I thank you for your time and something. We are in the corner to give you more information, more anything else. Okay.